Hello, this is Lukonianlogic, host of VRChat, the series that explores the world of avatar creators, digital fashion designers, and VTubers from across the metaverse and beyond. On today's episode, we are talking with virtual threads, whose stylish avatars and accessories are fashionable enough to appear in a diesel catalog or on a runway show. Let's go to the interview. How do you come up with these ideas?
Oh, well, for me, I just go to a lot of real-life fashion, or I watch a lot of real-life fashion shows, and I try to take my inspiration from them. I know they all look goofy and wacky in the moment, but the idea is to get, like, creators like me, ideas to work with. The inspiration behind this guy was Eastern European. A lot of VRChat creators nowadays, they go with the Japanese aesthetic, kanji all over the body and clothing and everything. And so I wanted to do something different, and this guy right here became one of my biggest sellers because of that.
Actually, I think you're the first person I talked to who ever said they pull their inspirations from actual real-life fashion. I know that might sound crazy, but so yeah, what do you like? Where are you looking for these kind of designs? Are you going to specific brands or sites?
I go ahead and look up a variety of things. Sometimes I just look up fashion shows on YouTube. Other times, like, I've gotten inspiration from individuals, like brands like Diesel, for example.
Mm-hmm.
They do a lot of modern hip-hop punk branding. And sometimes they'll put together a cover photo and I'll try and replicate that to the best of my ability. Other times I'll just come up with the design on the fly.
Gotcha.
My design process goes through a lot of basically a lot of trial and error and a lot of group testing. This guy's design right here was the final culmination of 3 or 4 rounds of testing.
Oh,
Basically,
nice, yeah.
This guy right here was my initial incarnation of the character, right?
Mm-hmm.
Obviously he's a lot different from what he was before. Red Harka, this. And when I was creating this guy, I was like, okay, he's cold, probably lived somewhere on an old Eastern Bloc type of thing, and he was going to have a lot more Russian iconography on him. However, the Ukrainian war broke out,
Mm-hmm.
so I had to go ahead and change the red in the communism designs in the Eastern Bloc to more modern and sleek.
But yeah, tell me about kind of your journey into VR. How did you come into this world and this community?
When I came in, I was kind of dragged kicking and screaming. A few of my friends back in 2018 saw this game through a bunch of memes and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
And they're like, hey, virtual, do you want to play? And they kept bothering me and nagging me and, do whatever
Mm-hmm.
they can to get me invested in the game. And so I finally ended up playing it, and I got really addicted really fast.
Yeah.
My grades actually suffered first year of my university afterwards, but I bounced back pretty well. I played this game for about 7,000, almost 8,000 hours, which is a lot right now, but you have to keep in mind, it's like, I've been playing since 2018.
Mm-hmm.
And I used to be a college student, a lot of free time, but now a lot's changed, unfortunately.
When you're doing all your designing and creating it, what are the biggest kind of challenges you face? Is it from like the programs themselves or like finding your customers? I'm just curious, like how different it is creating these assets for the virtual world as opposed to the real world.
Well, for the real world, a lot of the times when you make your own business, it's hard to get discovered.
Mm-hmm.
On VRChat, there's a lot more word of mouth. The most hardest part for me when creating an avatar, for me personally, is the design process and then the marketing right afterwards.
Yeah.
I do a lot more than average people when it comes to marketing. Sometimes people just throw together a video, take a few pictures, then it's done. I make a video, I run promotion campaigns with VRChat clubs. I go ahead and pay like dancers to be in my avatars or like crowd pleasers, people who want attention. Try and draw attention to stuff like this.
I mean, that's clever.
And it all depends on the certain type of avatar.
Are other creators
Yeah.
doing this as well, or is this something you kind of just hack together yourself to to find ways to get the word out?
Well, for me, it's like I think so far I'm the only one doing to the extent that I'm doing. However, I know other creators have done very creative things. There's a lot of VRChat streamers that are partnered with creators, I know. Cupcake, for example, does stuff for Rafflegator. Some creators make real-life clothing. And some were just already big to begin with.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like a small to mid-sized creator, so I gotta get creative. I've been studying a lot of marketing, just to try and learn all the tips and tricks. And oh my gosh, it's a lot more than you think.
Oh my God, yeah. I mean, that's the thing, is you understand why companies have like marketing departments and sales departments, and it's like once you start having to tackle it as an entrepreneur, you realize, oh, there's a reason all these things exist. I feel like so many people on here are also creators. Like half the people I meet are like, hey, check out this thing I made, or check out this world I created. Have you experienced that as well?
A lot of creators I know, when they first start out, I actually do teach a number of creators. I drag them until I get their first avatar out. And they think as soon as it's done, it's going to blow up and be this big old huge thing, and it's going to be fantastic, and they're going to live the life of their dreams. A lot of times that's not the case. They don't know the first thing about it. Like you said, they don't even try a lot of the times. The ones that do, I find to be very successful. However, 99% of the time, they think all they need is the avatar done. Boom, that's it. They're done. No. They don't even show off their avatar half the time.
So if you had any advice for like a young creator who's just starting out and like kind of wants to make their first avatar, what would your advice be?
If you want to get the name out there as fast as possible, join a ton of Discords, pay an actual editor to edit your video, and do something more unique. The amount of copycat avatars I've seen is just absurd, and the sales reflect that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, like I said, the reason why I thought I'd want to speak to you is your stuff is very unique. Like, hands down, if I look at 10 different Discord channels, like, your stuff would stand out on every single one of them. Virtual Threads was kind enough to give me a personal fashion show, revealing the breadth of his skills and abilities, as well as the challenges it takes to bring an avatar to market.
So this guy, for example, he's got a little Among Us guy. I can just size him up or size him down as much as I want to.
Mm-hmm.
This guy right here, he's got a skateboard on, right? And this shit's so fucking cool. He comes forward, he has cute kick lips.
Oh, nice. Wow.
Oh, yeah.
That is cool. Man, I
can't sell this on anyone. Oh, yeah, trust me, everyone wants this. But like a lot of the creators, they just get real stingy really fast. Mm-hmm. Really, really fast when it comes to licensing. And I've had to work out deals specifically with certain people. Basically, when you want to try and pair with someone, and even if you have like, the skill to work behind it, there's a whole big ol' credit and clout system that comes with VRChat. Like this guy right here, he's very popular with the dancers and VRChat stuff. He was made specifically to make money. He can do a bunch of stuff, but I sold out my creative integrity for money. I don't know if you've done the same.
Oh, over and over. Listen, I have standards, but at the same time, if somebody's willing to pay the money, then, you have to charge more for the, to sell out. That's always been my motto. That was Virtual Threads. You can find his avatars and accessories at virtualthreads.mebot.Exchange. If you're looking for the latest avatars, accessories, and fashion from cutting-edge 3D artists to shape your unique look, visit Mebot.Exchange today. Whether you're into VRChat, Chill Out VR, Neos VR, or a VTuber for other platforms, our designers have a great look just for you. Express yourself in the metaverse with Mebot.Exchange.